Josh from CycleHunters.com, and today we have a little treat for you. Literally. This is a 2017 Kawasaki Z125. And if you don't already know, this is basically Kawasaki's answer to the Honda Grom. And as we get into this, you're going to see this is as near a flawless bike as we've had. It's pretty, I mean, it's not brand new, but it's pretty doggone close. Really, as far as any kind of a blemish, nothing. Everything else on this bike is tip top. But if you are someone that is looking for one of these, absolutely, you're going to want to be getting this ASAP. Such a cool little bike. So, here we go. It is all stock. You can see the green is Kawasaki Racing Green. Even has the KRT badge, the Kawasaki Racing Team badge. Also, one of my favorite little things is right up here. They have the 2015 World Superbike Champion badge, which, if you know anything about that, Johnny Ray has been running away with the World Superbike Championships for Kawasaki for the last 5 years now. So, these guys know what they're doing when they put together a race package. Kawasaki Racing Green, probably one of my favorite colors ever since the ZX7 from 1989-90 came out and had that green on it. I fell in love with it. But like I said, blemish wise, you're not seeing much of anything at all on this bike, as it's pretty much as close as you're going to get to a new machine. It's got the black. It is a deep black. There is no metal flake or any of that stuff in there. Motor has some flat black and some, I'd say, pewter on it. Undertail or under motor exhaust. So you want to talk about a lightweight machine, flicking this thing back and forth, ripping around town. Look no further. This thing is the way to go. Gas saver, you know, you're seeing easily 60-70 miles per gallon on something like this, so long as you're not cracking the throttle open wide everywhere you go, and you ride it like you should, and obviously take care of it like you should. Bar ends are great. Pretty much, like I said, this thing is as close to flawless as you're gonna find. Nothing as far as scratches, blemishes at all. A very neat, tidy little Kawi. Styling of these things, you know, they all kind of copy each other a little bit. And why not? They're cool. You know, this isn't something that you're taking really far. These are, you know, your everyday commuters for short distances. It's a 125, so it's not going to have a lot of punch. But for a little 125, it's got enough. Controls on these bikes are super straightforward. You have a high beam, low beam, your left right turn signal, your horn, your on off switch, and your starter. That's it. When you look at your dash, you have a digital tack, you have a fuel gauge, you have an analog tack, a digital fuel gauge, digital odometer, and miles per hour, and you're right down in there. You can see this bike only has 71 miles on it, so that is not much at all. So with the digital speedometer and the readout, you know, in the sunlight you can see it pretty good. The analog tack I like the best because it's just really a throwback to the analog tacks anyway. How it, with the little needle on there, the video style gauges. Pretty straightforward stuff again. You know, you have your modes, you have your resets for your trip. Real easy stuff. All you're doing is cycling through. If you want to reset it, you hold the other button for a couple seconds. It'll reset it every time. Trip 1 and Trip B. You have your check engine, neutral, your turn signal indicator, your high beam and low beam indicator. That's got to be on for that to work, which we will fire this up, which I don't think you have to use a clutch, but we're going to find out here in a second. Nope. So there's your high beam, there's your low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam, low beam. You can tell this thing is pretty quiet. If you want, there are aftermarket add-ons to these bikes, so you can give these all the attitude you want. You can stretch them out. You can do pretty much whatever you want. Get as creative as you like. Reminds me of my quad from back in the days. Little single cylinder thumper. Sounds good. Let's go left turn signal in the rear. This is going to be left front. I'm going to go right front, then right rear. Push in to cancel. This is going to be foot brake, hand brake. Boy, this is nice to do a video around because it's so small I can reach everything without having to contort myself. You can see the monoshock in the rear. It is pretty much a very simplistic design. These are no frills types of bikes. These things are a budget style machine with some flair, a little bit of pizzazz, some attitude, but they're really like an everyday kind of a commuter bike. It's a fun thing. For somebody that does not want the scooter, but does want to stay in a small statured machine so that they can learn on, maybe have super confidence that it is not heavy at all. So when you get on this thing, for any regular size, average height person, you're going to be easily flat-footed on the bike. So maneuvering it around at slow speeds in a parking lot, it is extremely simple to do. So there's not a whole lot of weight that you're pushing around. So it's not a lumbering thing at all. Anybody that's looking to learn, the confidence level that you're going to have on something like this is going to be through the roof, because again, it's not a lot of weight that you're pushing around. These types of bikes, although again it is a 125, it's a little commuter type of a bike, you're not coming out of a stoplight with a ton of power, but it does have enough to get you. And sometimes even if you have a passenger, if you're just going up around the bend type of a thing, you can do that. If you're somebody that's at a campsite and you need something to travel back and forth, grab some groceries here and there, put a backpack on, bungee something to the back seat, this is that type of a bike. It's going to easily fit inside of the bed of a truck, or maybe sometimes you have the little trailer hitch that you can roll a bike up onto, which this would be extremely easy to do that. And maybe you go to the beach. This is perfect for that. So the small machine like this has a great range of applications in terms of small range use. Like I said, the campground, the beach, in around town, all that type of stuff is great, and it's really something that this bike shines at. And it's cool looking. I love the racing livery on it. Kawi green, baby. That's a good looking Kawi green. It's got that little bit of a carbon fiber look to the rear hugger, to the little side plates here as well. But it is all stock. Now, one of the other things as well, this has the battery tender lead, which means every one of our bikes gets a 48-point checklist. So although this is pretty much what we would say a like new bike is, we still go through it and make sure that it is as close to 100% as what it is and what it should be as to when it's brand new, which, I mean, for all intents and purposes, it pretty much is. It's like new. 71 miles is not a whole lot of miles at all. So oil filter, obviously those are the things that we're doing. Checking the charging system, just making sure that overall when you get this, it is as close to 100% as we can make it. And when you get ready to go ride, open the garage door, thumb the starter, get going down the road. That's all you're doing. You're just smiling while you're riding. You don't have to worry about anything else, because if it needs it, it gets it. It's pretty simple.
When we service your bike, we hand you a key, not a need to have a toolbox. How about that one?
Wow, such a cool little thing. They are a lot of fun. So if you're digging the 2017 Kawasaki Z125, give us a call, 717-273-1809. Now, you can see our full list of current inventory at www.cyclehunters.com. You can email us at cyclehunters@gmail.com. We have aftermarket warranties available, some financing options available. We can ship bikes. In some cases, we can deliver them. It really comes down to what is it that we need to do to help accommodate you so that you can have that in your garage. You can wake up in the morning or whatever time of the day you're going to go ride. That's looking at you. I don't know about you, but for me, two wheels and a motor, they all pretty much put smiles on my face, especially when you're twisting the throttle going down the road and get that wind therapy. No matter if it's on a 125, a scooter, all the way up to the big bikes, 1000cc sport bikes, it doesn't make a difference. It's all fun. And these just exemplify fun. Small, lightweight, compact, real easy to use. And again, if you're somebody that's trying to learn, this is a great bike. Well, just want to say like and subscribe. Thanks to all of our subscribers, all you guys out there. We really, really appreciate it. Been awesome. Just say thank you again. We really enjoy doing this stuff. We love bikes. I know you guys do too. So until the next bike, happy riding.